To tell you the truth, most museums around the world do not have a high level of educational value. The Yingshu Museum here has a wall that explains the origins and explanations of about 1,000 oracle bone characters. You can come here and you can spend days just looking at this wall. Very high educational value. Now, some people have asked me, how many characters does a foreigner need to know to be able to get around in modern Chinese? So I have a few numbers here. If you know 500 characters, you can recognize 75% of what you see on the street. With 1,000 characters, 89%. With 1,500 characters, 94%. 2,000 characters, 97%. Now there's a standard for foreigners. It's a fairly high level standard for foreigners. It's not quite as high as for Chinese. With 2,500 characters, you can recognize 98.5% of what you see on the street. There's another standard, a basic standard for Chinese, which has 3,500 characters, which you can get around 99.5% of the time. Now, if you're educated in any country, in China, you've had a high school education, you've probably been exposed to around 6,000 characters, in which case you can read 99.99%. But that's not the whole story. Chinese words are not just single characters. Most Chinese words are multiple characters, character combinations. And this gets a little bit more complicated. If you want to get around on a street, the most basic level is about 3,000 words. If you want to get around and talk to most people about most subjects, you need to know about 10,000 words. If you are a high school graduate in most countries, you probably know 20,000 words in your own language, and you can get along 98.5% of the time. You don't really have to know that many characters to be functional.